Good morning.
Good morning.
So we thought we'd just pop on today and have a little chat about being perfect.
Well, I think we're all
We're
perfect.
all perfect.
We're all perfect all the time, I think. What do you think?
Oh, I would say definitely perfect, but it's a funny thing because people often say to us, "Oh, well, this wouldn't be the right time to get into shape because it's not good timing. I've got lots of things coming up." Okay, that's maybe not so much just at the minute, but in normal times, there's birthdays, there's nights out, there's different things, there's holidays, there's all of those things, and so people sort of think, gosh,
Maybe wait.
I maybe should wait till after that before I start anything because this is all or nothing. If I'm gonna do it, I have to do it.
I'm gonna do it perfectly.
I'm going to be perfect. And
it's that sort of thought that, we put such high expectations on ourselves. We think, if I'm going to do something like that, I really am going to have to be totally committed and do everything perfectly well and make sure I get all of the results that I expect. And if I happen to have any, and people sort of get to maybe the end of the first week and think, oh gosh, things didn't go according to plan, and then they sort of give up because they didn't stay to it absolutely 100% perfectly. But whenever we think about that and somebody's really been going towards a goal, and say one of their goals might even be to do 20,000 steps a day.
Let's even go with 10,000 steps a day.
10,000 steps a day.
And
That would be
at the start they're barely doing. Well, for people who are working at home at the minute, it's very easy. You look at your steps. There's mine so far today, 925 steps. So that is not very
There's
many.
Mine.
You don't
stopped
have any.
counting mine.
So particularly if you're not actively going out to count steps, you can find that you're really not doing very many. So 10,000 steps could really be quite a significant change, quite a big target. And if you've set yourself that this is my goal, I'm going to do 10,000 steps, and then we come to, I don't know, one day and there's a total storm and they've got all those weather warnings and say don't go out, you might harm yourself, batten down the hatches, stay at home, and you go up and down the stairs a couple of times in the houses and you look at your counter and you think 1,000 steps, right, okay, right, I'll pace around the living room a few times, and maybe that day you end up and you get to 8,000 steps.
Oh my.
Well, that would be an absolutely fantastic target to hit on a day like that. That would be absolutely amazing. But you're looking at your 10,000 steps.
Well, you see, the buzzer didn't go off and say, congratulations, you reached your goal. So therefore then you see that as a total failure, and you feel quite disappointed that you didn't do the 10,000, you didn't hit the goal, and it's like, oh well, it wasn't really worth it. Things went wrong, and that was a fail.
And we do exactly the same when we're changing what we're eating. We're changing our nutrition and our diet. We're going along, and everything's going along perfectly, and then you plan to be good at the weekend, but somebody organised a surprise party for you. It's your birthday and they organise a surprise party and they bring out this beautiful cake that they've got made specially for you. Well, I mean, what do you do? So, I think the feeling then is that sometimes you have that little bit of cake and maybe you have a little bit more and you have a little bit of alcohol, and then you say to yourself, oh, I've fallen off the wagon.
Oh dear.
And I'm in the ditch and I'm covered in mud, and oh well, what's the point? Why should I even bother trying?
I might as well just eat the whole cake.
So yeah, we've all been there, we've all done it, and I think the thing is, life is not perfect. We all know that it's not just sort of scripted in this perfect little, we're following this plan, we're following this routine, and we're just going straight along it. We know that life has ups and downs, it has little detours along the way.
And a big news flash here,
Newsflash.
We are not perfect either.
No.
So life may not be perfect, but we are definitely not perfect.
Morning, Ross.
Good morning. And so I think all of us can take a wee look in the mirror and then realise, well, we are not perfect, But when you're on the road towards a goal, or you're aiming for something and you're trying to get fitter, or you're trying to get in shape, then those steps along that path are going to take you in the direction that you want to go in, even if it does not hit the particular goal or the particular target you had for that specific day.
And so I think we really have to try to get away from this mindset of all or nothing. Because, so often people will say to us, I'm an all or nothing person. Either I'm going to do it perfectly or I'm not going to do it at all. But, we've been working with ladies for many, many years now, helping them to shape up, helping them to get fitter. And one of the things that we know is, can you think of anyone who didn't kind of take a little detour along the road?
I can't think of any. We didn't meet any people who were perfect.
Who were perfect, no.
That was the trouble.
We haven't met any perfect people yet.
And
yes, we know, Bryony, you're perfectly imperfect. This is just, yes, great.
Yes, and so are we.
So are we.
So we never met those people because, I don't know, they must be hiding out in other places, but I don't think they really exist. So we have to really realise that, even our great efforts that we make, even on a week when we're having a bad week and things are going all a bit pear-shaped for us and things come round the corner, things that we maybe weren't expecting and knock us off our balance, even the things that we achieve in that week, even if it doesn't hit the target, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not hitting the all or nothing idea, you're still going to be better off that week aiming for something than you would have been if you were aiming for nothing.
And if you aim for something and if you do enough good things and you do them often enough, despite these other little things that happen, then you make headway, then you make progress. If you're looking for transformation, that's what you get. But it's about doing enough good things often enough.
So it's nice when we posted a little post in the group this morning and asking people what they'd achieved, even though they weren't perfect. What did you manage to do this week? And it really just shifts the focus of our own mindset, because we can be so focused on seeing all of the things we didn't do, the things that we didn't achieve. We kind of sometimes miss the things that we actually did do. Yeah. And sometimes when we make that shift in our mindset, sometimes we have to get a magnifying glass out and say, well, what did I really achieve this week? It doesn't take very long to think about that, to realise, well, gosh, I managed to do whatever it is. I managed to go for an extra walk. We got somebody who wrote up that they went for a walk every day that week, even in the dark. And it doesn't really matter what the achievement is. It's something that you managed to do that you weren't maybe normally managing to do, that's going to move you forward. And so when we start to look for the things that we did well, the meals that we cooked for ourselves, the shopping that we planned, all of these things that we've managed to get done, then we can celebrate those wins. We can celebrate feeling good about ourselves because we have achieved more than we would if we had given up.
And it's so good to be able to feel good about those things and to put yourself into a frame of mind where you can feel happy about some of those things that you have achieved, because the alternative to that is we set ourselves the goal of 10,000 steps and we only did 8,000, and so we feel totally disappointed in ourselves because we didn't make it to the 10,000. And yet the 8,000 is so much better than what we were doing before. And if you can put yourself in a place where you can acknowledge, but I actually did do 8,000 steps despite everything that happened and everything that went on, and I can feel really, really good about that. It actually empowers you to keep going, to keep striving for the goals, because that feeling of disappointment, which really is unwarranted, you did your absolute best on that day, and yet we just didn't quite get to the 10,000 steps. So that feeling of disappointment on that day really is only, that should be something that really you hardly notice because of all the progress that you've made.
And you know, when we see people coming through a 12-week program, for example, and we see them come through, and it's like 12 weeks seems like such a long time, and it absolutely flies through in such a short time. And people can feel disappointed from week to week and from day to day about things that they didn't achieve. And then we see their photographs, we see their measurements, and it's like, all that disappointment's adding up to a really great change. And we see their photographs, we say, wow.
You know, and it's just little by little. And as if you're doing enough good things, often enough, that's how the change happens.
So every little step forward, we need to really think about celebrating it, because day after day, when you're going through a period of change, it's spectacular, the changes that you can really make when you stick at something and keep going and never give up. So it's really about never giving up, not expecting yourself to be perfect, because really none of us are. And whenever you let that go and know that there'll be a few detours along the way, there's a few side roads.
A few little side. But as we know, very often when you take the side road, you get the scenic route.
Scenic route.
And so
yes, we know about the scenic route.
We know about the scenic routes. And you know, it is. Sometimes you can actually only appreciate the end because you took the scenic route. It made you stronger along the way. It made you appreciate the good more. And so, you know, sometimes that scenic route...
It's good. We used to always discuss this when we were going to the Giant's Causeway. Do you go the scenic route, or do you just get there? It's like, no, I don't think we can go with the scenic route today. We just want to go. We just want to get there. But you know, sometimes you do miss out. Sometimes you get there and enjoy the place for longer. And that's all like, you know, but in the end of the day, you're going to get there. You're going to really enjoy it. And one or two little detours along the way is never, it's never wasted. We see so much and learn so much on those little side roads.
So as Bryony commented there, it's okay to be imperfectly perfect, and in fact you want to learn to love being imperfectly perfect, because that is what life is. It really does take you on these scenic routes, and when you learn to embrace that and you learn to look for all the good that you have achieved on a day, in a week, it really does empower you to keep going. And to, you know, that's how the transformation comes. It's the little changes over time that really create that transformation for you.
So enjoy the journey. None of us are perfect. We don't have to be perfect. When we're trying and giving our best shot on the day, whatever that best actually is, we're winning.
We're winning, exactly.
So let's appreciate all those little wins and enjoy the journey.
Okay, so hope you all have a fabulous day. Great, glad you found that a good reminder, Bryony, and we'll catch up soon.
Speak soon.
Okay, bye for now.